7 days left until the opening of the exhibition, where we'll see all the achievements of mankind in the field of renewable energy and advanced technologies intended for the development of the green economy. Wasteless processing of human-made waste is another development of our scientists, which will be presented in the Kazakhstan pavilion. The installation of Bayandy Dikhanbayev is designed to extract all valuable components from dump slags. In the pursuit of clean ecology and care for the environment, the use of such equipment is extremely important in processing plants, especially in lead, zinc, copper and tin industries. In the dumps of Kazakhstan's industry, there are about 20 billion tons of human-made waste. In the world, there is still no technology that would process slags without energy losses. The current methods are unprofitable. Kazakhstani innovation is a new method of melting where combustion regimes can be combined. But the most interesting is that with help of this development, it is possible to not only clean our land from industrial slags, but also to receive byproducts. For example, fossil phosphates and mineral fertilizers can be easily obtained from phosphorus-containing waste, and this is the development of other branches of economy. How to succeed in all matters walking by foot knows our guest from Switzerland. Dieter Bohrer is in charge of the head of the protocol of the Swiss pavilion at the World Expo not for the first time, and it would seem it's impossible to surprise him, but Bohrer again decided to take responsibility for the preparation of the pavilion of his country.
I was very much looking forward to coming to Kazakhstan because I've heard that you have a great tradition of horse riding, but since I like riding horses, I'd really like to go to the countryside as well and discover. I've even heard that you have a certain part of Kazakhstan which you call Little Switzerland, which is actually very flattering because it shows me that the Kazakh people like Switzerland too, and I hope to see many of the Kazakh people also one day in Switzerland.
Dieter is an adherent of the idea of preservation of nature. At home, he is trying to use electricity from renewable sources. However, his hobby collection of vintage cars is not so green, and he has several of them. But even so, Dieter tries to protect nature and prefers to get to the place of work by foot, by bicycle or by public transport.
Among others, I like also fast cars, but I like vintage fast cars, meaning cars from the 1920s and 1930s. Of course, these old cars are not really future energy. They are nice and it's a great pleasure. I could imagine that in future I might have one day an e-car. So far I don't have one, but maybe EXPO here in Astana will change my mind and I might buy an e-car.
A light bulb. It would seem a tiny glass capsule with wires inside. Today, not everyone thinks about their uniqueness, but just a century and a half ago, many scientists were racking their brains to invent it. And this work was conducted simultaneously in all parts of the world. And finally, in America, the inventor named Edison not only came up with one, but also put the production of lamps on the flow. This led to a significant reduction in their cost. It is believed that Edison invented the cap and lamp holder and even switches. That's how electric lighting became really massive, coming to the homes of ordinary people. You don't have to go deep down in history to 50 years ago. Literally, 10-15 years ago we still used them, Edison's lamps. Then a breakthrough in evolution came, the fluorescent lamps, which were 3 times more environment friendly. But fortunately, the scientists decided not to stop. The lamp went through a comparative evolution, and after the Edison lamp, fluorescent lamps appeared. Longer in terms of service life than its predecessors, but they were not so perfect because people needed not just durable lamps, but also safe ones. So LEDs were developed. It's hard to imagine what kind of light bulbs our children will use 50 years from now, right?